They thought that betraying you would only last for a short time, something that will help them right away. A quiet, quick, and cruel choice made in the dark. By betraying you, they had no idea that they would set off a storm that would kill them. They lost more than just you. The light that walked with them went out, and what they thought would make them better only showed them how bad they really were. Kindness is often seen as weakness by people like that. They think your kindness and patience are signs of ignorance. People think that if you carry peace, you don't carry power. So they push, they take, they check, until they do something that they can't take back. The world does listen when someone like you is betrayed, though. The world will always remember, because it matters that you are quiet. Without you, things can happen. Things start to fall apart in ways they didn't expect when you leave. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best way to get back at someone who hurt you is to be unlike them." There was no need to scream. There was no need to fight. They didn't need to have their name burned down. Your silence said everything. And your progress? That was fair. That was the most clear warning. There is honor in being quiet, strength in not reacting, and success in not lowering yourself to their level. That's what the Stoics knew. Being able to stay strong when everything around you is falling apart. You were the calm in the storm and the silence in the noise. At first, they didn't understand. Early days after betrayal are not what they seem to be. They might feel better, even given power. It looks like they got away with something, like they've played better than you. But slowly that fantasy falls apart. People start to pay attention. The change in how they felt. Their authority is being lost. There is a faint smell of lying. Even if they don't see the connections, the effects have already started. One chance lost, one friend gone, and one door shut. It starts to fall apart slowly at first, and then all at once. They thought the world would repay them, but it starts to pull away. Every guilty person is his own hangman, Seneca once said. The outside world doesn't need to punish them. Their own guilt starts to hurt them. It could be quiet. They might not show it on their face. But it gets worse at night when it was quiet, when they see someone that makes them think of you. In the quiet that used to be filled with your support, your advice, and your sight. Now that quiet is like a mirror. They see everything they lost in it. In their life, you were never just a person. You were strong. It becomes clear after you're gone. You help them see things more clearly, take bigger risks, and grow faster. You held things together and gave them wings. They didn't just lie to someone. A road was betrayed. What's next? A better version of themselves that they could only get to by being loyal to you. And when that link is broken, they start to spiral. They were never strong by themselves. You held them together. They're falling apart now. When bad things happen, how you handle them is what counts, Epictetus said. What did you think? Changes. It wasn't broken. You got better. You stopped putting money into people who couldn't respect you and started putting money into yourself. You stopped giving people energy who only took it. You used your pain as fuel and your quiet as a plan. Being responsible, patient, and calm were not signs of weakness. They turned into your shield. The armor helped you start building the life they didn't think you could. They start to notice as you rise, slowly, steadily, and strongly, that things don't go as well as they used to. That people are moving away, that people don't respect their name as much. It's not easy to trust someone. There's no chance about it. The long tail of betrayal. You get this when you lose the one person who really wanted you to win. You were a blessing to them, but now they live with a quiet curse that they made. Back then in Rome, image was very important. The Stoics thought that character broke in glass once it was harmed. It could never be put together the same way again. They've lost more than just you. People no longer see them the way they did when you were stood next to them. You made them better. They were better because you were there. Without it, things start to get worse. At first, it's not obvious. Fewer calls, fewer chances. Then it gets worse. Loneliness, pain, and mistrust. It all started with that one choice they thought wouldn't matter. They start to see you in every class they have to take from now on. Every loss calls your name. Every time they are alone, it makes them think of the love they once had but lost. And the weight of realizing that is too much to bear. It feels like a stone in their chest. It hurts when they talk about you and your name comes up. When they see you smile without them, it hurts them. They are now aware that they are seeing the life they could have had happen without them. There's nothing they can do to change it. But you're not the same. You can't be touched anymore. Not mean, just out of reach. You don't get scared when someone lets you down anymore. You don't go too far. You don't say anything about yourself. You understand what the Stoics meant by ataraxia, which means unshakable peace. You can now do anything with your peace. Your calm can be used as a tool. You aren't scared by small storms anymore. You have a base, grown, whole. And that scares the people who tried to break you. You don't want to find peace. You are the ending. You don't need to say sorry. You have too much going on to live in line. You've stopped trying to change other people and are now carefully planning your own life. Every move has a reason. Every link was one. And the line that betrayal made, it's now a stronghold, a wall that keeps out chaos and lets in peace. No longer do you walk into rooms that don't want you there. You no longer say why you're not there. You just move with style, purpose, and strength. You now know that not everyone is meant to go where you're going. It was just betrayal that made it clear. It made a line between the temporary and the eternal. It showed the difference between people who want to steal your light and those who want to admire it. You no longer ignore warning signs. You don't give third chances anymore. You now know how much it costs. You don't want to pay it again. Being betrayed made your senses stronger. It didn't make your heart harder. It made your way clearer. They believed they were smart. They thought they could trick you, lie to you, or control you. However, they failed to see that the betrayal was not their win, but rather their exposure. They showed who they really are by trying to put you down. The whole world saw it. Not sure if all at once, but over time, their real nature came out. And where you used to protect them, there is now only truth. And the truth is a storm they can't get away from. You're not the same person you were before the betrayal. You know more now. It might be colder, but not in a bad way. In a way that keeps you safe. No longer is it easy to get to you. You deserve to be here. I trust you very much. How about your time? Worth a lot. It is now planned to guard what used to be freely given. What about that change? No, that's not trauma. It's called transformation. You weren't a victim of betrayal. You let it change you into a stronger, clearer, and more stable version of yourself that not even your old self would know. You don't fight back because you don't have to. The sound they hear most often after you leave is the silence you left behind. That's the part they didn't see coming. That leaving would be heard more than any argument. That they would remember your absence more than any good reason. They would look for you in everyone they meet, but they would never find you. Because there aren't many people like you. They threw you away. They can see you now, but not very close. Doing well without them. Being clear, walking with purpose, and speaking with power. There's no more shaking in your voice. No longer do your eyes look for answers. You have a solution, and your determination scares them. They are angry because they know they don't belong in your new life. They don't fit. They aren't ready. They are not wanted. The Stoics said that we shouldn't get attached to things we can't change. In this way, you've detached because of the need to understand, from the need to explain, from the false belief that everyone should be able to join your journey. Now you know that betrayal doesn't always come with a knife. It can also come with a hug, a smile, or a handshake. You've also learned to look past the motion. You know how to read the mood behind the words. They are now missing, not in a physical way, but mentally. In a spiritual way, they are not connected, not anchored, going back and forth between sorrow and denial. They were trying to tell themselves that what they did wasn't so bad, that you cared too much, too rigid. But they know better in the quiet of their own minds. They know they can't fix what they broke. They know they lost a soul that would only come around once. But why? You've turned into the story they tell themselves at night, the what if they play over and over again. They keep an eye on your growth, but they'll never say it. They watch what you do. People hear your name in places they'll never go back to. And every victory you have and every bit of peace you spread is a reminder of what they did. It's not just a friendship. It's not just a link, but their own chance to grow along with you. It's even worse because you're not trying to show anything. Your work isn't being shown off. You're just living in peace, meant to be. And the peaceful life you've made for yourself roars in their minds. Because you used to make them feel safe. You used to let them join in. That door is now shut, though. What they heard when it shut is still in their ears. They burned down the garden you gave them. They are now looking at ashes and don't know how it all turned to smoke. But they know deep down, that person knows that when they betrayed you, they betrayed the best part of themselves. Because you gave them more than love, respect, or support. You gave them a mirror, one that showed them what kind of person they could be if they were loyal, honest, and responsible. They broke that image, and now they don't even know who they are. You, on the other hand, understand things better. Your ideals have changed. You've made walls that don't hold you back. They let you go. They keep your peace safe because it is holy. You know the difference between people who care about you and people who just want to be close to you. You're no longer interested in possibilities. You judge people's character. You honor people who have grown already instead of waiting for them to grow. If someone suffers before they have to, they suffer more than they need to. You are no longer hurting over the betrayal. You're no longer telling the lies. You are no longer giving life to things that are already dead. And in that deep silence inside you, you're stronger than ever. The person who betrayed you can no longer reach you, and anyone else who looks like that kind of chaos can't touch you either. It keeps coming back to haunt them. Because betrayal takes away more than just your presence, it takes away your reputation as well. They can't say when they knew you. They don't get to enjoy your rise. They can't claim any of what you've turned into. They no longer belong there. Observers, there are faces in the crowd. Seeing someone who used to be in the front row stand on a stage that they can't reach. They didn't know how much you could change when you were left alone. They believed that breaking you would also break your future. That was not true for the Stoics. Difficulties are things that show a man what he is, Epictetus wrote. And this trouble, such a betrayal, it made you see your fire. It made you face yourself in the most honest way possible. And you didn't break, you forged. You didn't go back, you got up. They didn't expect you to be so quiet. That meant they didn't feel any pain. They didn't understand, though, that silence can be holy. It can be planned. It can be a safe place to rest, rebuild, and come back to life. They were looking for approval, but you were looking to grow. Now that you've come so far without their help, praise, or presence, their whole world is turned upside down. To deal with their guilt, they tell themselves stories. The time is to blame. They say stress is to blame. People say you changed, but the truth is that you grew, not changed. You didn't get colder, you got more clear. You didn't grow detached, you just picked and chose who to talk to. It's not anger either. It's about limits. Boundaries made of steel, shaped by experience and strengthened by every lie you lived through. You don't even talk about them these days. That's the worst thing for them. You have erased their name from your plans, talks, and thoughts. They are no longer close to you. They are no longer a part of your story. When people really don't care, they speak louder than any anger. They were ready for anger. They were ready for fire. But all they got was nothing. There is so much quiet that it hurts your ears. They are still looking. They look for other people with your drive. They look for people who smile, talk, and show some of your spirit, but all they can find are copies. No one brings your soul with them. No one else gives as much depth as you did. No one else can replace you because of your loyalty, patience, or quiet intelligence. They try to make you appear again. The first one is gone, though, and their life has never felt more empty. As you can see, betrayal costs money that isn't paid all at once. It's paid for in parts. A lot of small losses add up over time. The image falling apart. There was a ghost, a heart that can't trust again fully. Deep down, a soul knows that it was once loved deeply, but that love ruined it. They know that now and live in it. It follows them around like a ghost. They might laugh at parties, smile in pictures, and shake hands at work. They know what they did, though. They know how much it cost. You've built something else in the meantime. You've made a life where betrayal doesn't happen anymore. You are surrounded by truth, purpose, and power. You've built bonds based on respect for each other. You've taken care of your body, your mind, and your work. You're more dangerous now, not because you want to fight, but because you're better at keeping things under control. You know what to give up. You know how to let people leave without a fight. You know how to get rid of noise by being disciplined and alone. You found yourself in that quiet place, the real you, not the form that other people made you into based on what they needed from you. The one that got lost under second chances, compromising and making everyone happy. You stopped giving dead plants water. You stopped trying to help people who wouldn't help themselves. In that moment, when you chose to stop adding to what was already broken, you were free. I seek the truth, Marcus Aurelius said. If someone can show me that what I think or do is wrong, I will gladly change. However, those who betrayed you did not want the truth. They wanted to get ahead. They didn't want to grow with you. They meant to get something from you. And when you stopped adding anything to their story, they changed it so that you were no longer important, can be replaced, forgotten. But lies don't last as long as the truth. And time shows everything. Their story has now turned around. They are the ones who are lost, not understood, thrown out. What about you? You went beyond time. They couldn't deny your truth because you lived it so deeply. Not because you yelled. That you are loyal is proof that it is valuable. That pain is strong. That betrayal isn't the end, it's just a change of path. You can feel a different mood in each room now. People know it before you say a word. It's the appearance of someone who has been hurt and come back stronger, who was betrayed but never got angry. No longer will they let anyone eat for free, and no one knows what they bring to the table. You can't fake that kind of confidence. It's not possible to copy that clarity. You can only get it by walking through fire and not letting it burn you up. They didn't think you'd make it through. That is the truth. They hoped that you would trip and fall, maybe even in your mind, that you'd break, that you'd fall apart without them. For one reason. People who hurt you often think they were the best thing in your life. But every step you took showed them they were wrong. You opened every door for yourself. Every day you chose to get up instead of staying down. What's with the irony? You never even meant to get even. That makes the most sense to them. You did not plan. You didn't plan. You didn't play badly. You moved on. But what they don't get is that your peace is the payback. The text is, your smile, your progress, is the crime. Since they can't take part in it, they can only look from outside. They will always be locked out of a life they used to have access to, but wrecked. To get through it, they tell themselves stories. Your tone was too strong. That hurt me too much. You reacted too much. But they know deep down where their pride can't shield them. They know you did everything you could, that the only mistake you made was thinking they could handle it, that the only thing you did wrong was love them too much, and they couldn't return the love. Now they see your name being praised, your worth is known. I liked your soul. They try to act like it doesn't matter to them. It does, though. It will always do that. For those who have betrayed others will never forget. They barely hide the guilt. They take their minds off things. They find other things to do. But nothing fits the same. It really hits you hard. So they go in a circle, in peace, in silence, deep down. You've changed into someone else in the meantime. Not a new one, but the real one. The one that was always buried under compromise. The one who turned down the light to make other people feel better. That version is no longer there. You're no longer shrinking. You're no longer bent. You can no longer try to keep people who were on their way out the door. You burned the model of your old self and made something that can't be broken. It's clear, in the way you talk, in the way you act. When it comes to who you let close, you don't have to explain your rules anymore. You just have to follow them. Loyalty isn't something you chase. It's something you watch. Being confused is a waste of time. You should let clarity do the cutting. And the people you have now, they had to work for it. They couldn't just be charming. They had to be reliable too. You no longer fall for promise. Instead, you value patterns. When they betrayed you, they didn't realize the storm they were starting. Not the kind that erupts in chaos, but the kind that grows stronger in quiet. Because you didn't just stop talking, you changed. You got up from the rubble they left behind and changed into someone they wouldn't even recognize. While they hoped you would fall apart, you were busy changing into someone even your old self would admire. You don't have to shout anymore because the results speak for themselves. You don't have to explain yourself because the answers are in your life. You don't compete because no one else has the same spirit as you. People who are used to excitement might find your level of stillness unsettling. You've turned into a mirror, and people see their own flaws in you. Not because you show them, but because you are there. And those who betrayed you, they can't sleep because of what they gave up as well as what they did. Because they can see now that your love had depth, your loyalty had armor, and your presence had knowledge. All of that is gone. What they thought was normal turned out to be holy. And it was too late by the time they knew it. For the simple reason that you no longer believe in second chances. You're no longer willing to forget without taking responsibility or get back together without making changes. It's even worse that they won't say it. Not in public. Not even to people close to them. Their pride won't let them. So they keep acting like everything is okay. They don't care. They've moved on. At night, though, The lies start to fall apart. The truth comes back when everything is quiet and the show is over. In the quiet, they only remember the version of you that they betrayed, not the version that you've become. If you lived by reason and principle, the Stoics thought, no amount of betrayal could take away your peace. You now get that. They don't have to say sorry. You don't need to get even. You don't need anyone to agree with how you felt. Because your growth proved everything. Because of the betrayal, you evolved. A lot of people think that the loudest response is the best, but you found out the truth. Being quiet is a crime. Disengagement is very dangerous. Being absent is a punishment. And now your silence comes after them. Every time they meet someone new, that goes into every empty talk, into every fake smile, to every part of themselves that wants to forget. But the shade is still there, and it shows where you are. They didn't know that betraying you would make their lives terrible. They believed they were taking a bigger role. However, they stepped out of line with something very rare, something holy. Something that gets stronger the more you ignore it. Because pressure doesn't break you, it makes you stronger. They forgot that some people are the storm and others are made by it. You are the second type? They will never be ready for the power you carry with such calm. They didn't get that you weren't trying to beat anyone. You were just trying to get better than you were before. You weren't up against them. You were going up against your old self, your flaws, and the storms you lived through. They thought that the mission was weak because it was quiet. They thought your modesty was a sign that they could cross you. That's what they thought when they saw your open hands. However, you were never empty. You were just kind. They can finally see how much they lost now that you've pulled back. You were the stable thing in their crazy lives, the mirror that showed them their light, even when they didn't want to see it. But they broke their own image when they broke that mirror. Now, they can't find a place where anything fits right. Their world is made up of forces that don't go together. Moments that feel like they should be whole, but never quite are. Anyone can now look through a window and see your whole life. They see you having fun, living, putting up, shining. They can still knock on the door, though. When they decided to commit betrayal, they gave up that right. The worst part might be that no one else knows what they lost. Since you didn't make a fuss, you never let them know. You didn't leave vague messages or say everything. It's like you disappeared, and the sound of you running away was louder than any scream. You turned into a ghost in the places they used to feel safe. Also, your ghost isn't bad, it's holy. It both praises and scolds at the same time, because they remember you as the person who always got there, the person who let too much go, the person who gave chances like candy. Finally, when you left, they had to face who they really are, without your light to make the truth seem less harsh. You've made a holy life for yourself now, not based on responses but on plans. You move differently, you trust less, you have a better smile, you don't fight, you just watch. You bring people to you, not chase them. The things you're drawing to you now are in line with your standards. Your standards no longer change for the sake of ease of use. Like stars, they don't move, and only those who are ready to rise meet them. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it, Seneca said. And betrayal? That taught me the hard way not to waste time. You got that time back. You put the money back into yourself, into goals, books, quiet walks, and making habits stronger. They always worried about what you'd do if you stopped needing them, and you became that person. And now the fear is real, because you can't be stopped. These people can't get to you because they no longer speak the language of your soul. It's not that you're hidden. Your sound has changed. Now that you're at this level of vibration, betrayal and trickery can't live. Only truth, peace, and purpose can. And anyone who tries to make noise in that area is turned away, not with anger, but with lack of interest. They didn't see that part coming. That one day, you wouldn't hurt. Stop caring about them. Your lack of interest is not coldness. It's smart. You now know that you don't have to respond to everything. Not everyone should be able to sit at your table. You shouldn't put fuel on every fire. And that understanding changed everything for you. Why did they hurt me is no longer a question you ask. Why did I let them get close to me, you ask now. You've taken the attention away from them and put it inside where it belonged all along. Your peace can no longer be broken. You think that way, not your mood. You can't take it away. It's built into your base. That's what breaks them in ways you can't see, because they thought your story would make them memorable. They didn't think you'd grow out of the part they messed up. You did, though. There isn't even a reference in the new book you wrote after you turned the page and closed the old one. In this new story, you write it, not someone else who gets hurt. You decide who comes in and who goes out. You choose the lessons, the tone, and the speed. No one can tell you what to say anymore. That makes them angry. They don't want to be a part of it. They just can't stand to watch it happen without them. Because they know in their hearts that the person who walked with you was the best version of him or herself. That version is no longer alive. No one is getting anything from you. You don't want to get even. You're driven by a goal. To be clear, peace be with you. And being quiet is dangerous in a world that is used to noise. It makes you unique. It gives you more power than they thought possible. Because once you've tried real calm, you can't go back to chaos. When you have nothing left to show, you can't be tricked. They are going to try. They will try, I'm sure. Some people will reach out, act like nothing happened, try to get back into your life like nothing happened. Some people will use shame, guilt, or memories, but now none of it works. Because now you can see well. That's how you see it. How they manipulated. The need. You don't dislike them for it. You just don't take part in it anymore. You've grown too far for them to reach. You now understand why Epictetus said that freedom is the only thing that is worth pursuing, because betrayal doesn't define you when you are truly free. It makes you better. It gets rid of things you can't trust in your life. It then plants seeds of strength, wisdom, and unwavering silence in its place. The tricks that used to work on you no longer work on you. Can't be fooled by sweet lies. Not affected by the usual trends. You've made a wall around yourself, and the only way out is through the truth. That's now how they live. Realizing that they can't fix what they broke is very frustrating. You can't go back in time with an explanation, an excuse, or a gesture. The version of you that they used to be able to see, that version is no longer around. What about the new you? Doesn't try to work with the past. People who betrayed you will have to live without access to you forever, while the world starts to see how great you are and how they never saw it. That's the catch. They lost more than just you. They missed the only time in their lives when they could have risen with you, where they could have grown next to you, where they could have felt safe with someone who wanted them to win. They didn't water that plant. Instead, they burned it. But you didn't fall down. You changed into something else. You didn't let the betrayal hurt your feelings. Instead, you used them to get smarter. You still love, but now you know what to do. Of course you still give, but now there are limits. You still trust, but only things that have proven themselves worthy, because you are not the same person who trusted without question. That soul has grown. That person has been replaced by someone who can never be swayed by charm, forced by guilt, or ruled by history. Marcus Aurelius told himself, "Get rid of your false ideas. Don't let people pull your strings. Only think about the present." That's how you're now. You're not living in the past again. You're not daydreaming about getting even. You're just here, present, rooted, and whole. More than anything else, the people who betrayed you will never understand that peace isn't lazy, powerful. They are no longer able to touch that kind of power. Your life is now your story. Your quiet says something. Your position is what closes you. No need to run after apologies. There is no need for closure. Closeness is not something you wait for. It's something you pick. And you picked it when you stopped talking. The time when you didn't need to be understood. As soon as you let go for good, these people now walk around with the ghost of you on them, and that ghost makes more noise than you can. It makes them think of all the things they lost, everything they broke. They can never get it back. You don't want them to get hurt, but you also don't want them to come back. Because getting better taught you more than just how to forgive. It taught you who should never be able to hurt you again. So you live, you get up, you move forward. Any step you take away from their betrayal gives you more power. Because the things they thought would destroy you turned out to make you. That's the part they didn't expect.